So we're going to write some text on this stainless steel blank with the xTool F2 Ultra UV laser. But first we're going to sacrifice one side to do a material test in xTool Studio so we can figure out the best settings. Now I hear people say sometimes not to ask them for their settings. Well, you don't have to. We're going to go through the steps you need to figure out the perfect settings, and then you can save them as a custom material in xTool Studio so you can pull them up anytime you need them. And we're going to go through that task as well in the end. And then I'll put the chapters all down in the bottom of the description, and you can hop around as much as you need to learn this task. So I've got this blank on a white background just so it shows up better and for no other reason. So let's hop into xTool Studio and set up this material test. Okay, so we're in xTool Studio. I had to remove that white background because it would not focus. It wouldn't do an autofocus with it in there. So something to remember. All right, so we'll do another focus. Hopefully it don't fail again. And there we go. We're good. Okay, so there's been some changes to the material test since xTool Studio upgraded to 1.5.8, I believe February. I didn't do it until the 1st of March, but it was out in February. And at one time, you could go over to, well, we need a shape first. Get a shape, draw out a shape, set it to engrave, and then you could go to applications and go to material test, and in this drop down you could change it from user defined and select a material. You can't do that anymore. So we have to go get the closest material to this, get an idea of what those settings are, and try to stay close to that. Because even after you select it, it still gives you these default values, and you'll see that in just a moment. So let's go to unknown material here, and we will select 304 stainless steel, select our rectangle, and you can see what the recommended settings are. 55 power, 1400 speed, millimeters per second, and 200 lines per centimeter. So now that we know what that is, we can set that up over in the application. But for now, we're going to go back up, and I'm not sure it matters if you go back to unknown material or not. I just know that regardless, it will give you the default values, as you will see here in a second. So select your rectangle. Now let's change the size. Let's just make it 6 millimeters, since that is so small. We'll go over to applications, select material test array, and again, it's user defined. You can't change it from there. So you can see what has been recommended. We don't want 100% power, so we'll make the max 55 as suggested with the blank, that the material they had on file. And we'll do 20% minimum, 1400 max for the speed, and might as well make it about 400 for a minimum. And down here you have your columns and rows and the spacing for those. And we'll just click done. So here's what we got. Now, of course, we've got to make this smaller. I'll make this screen a little larger. And like I said, I've not done this test on stainless steel before on this laser. So we will go with that right there. When you click away, you can see the individual squares. I don't know that you would ever need to change one, but I suppose you could if you needed to. I just haven't done it. Okay, so we'll hit process, run this test, and see what we get. Well, that was super quick. This is not hot because UV is a cold process. And I will get a better picture of that. I know that's not showing up. Lean this camera a little bit. I'll examine this a little better and pick out the best settings, and then we'll write our text. Okay, so here is a photo of the material test, and I believe the best settings, I checked it out with a magnifying glass, and I think we'll be good at 40% power and 900 millimeters per second. So that's what we're going to go with. We can get rid of the test now. Let's do another focus. I flipped it over. So we're just going to grab some fancy writing. We use this ballet harmony. Change it to engrave. And we'll just write something. Stainless steel. And of course we'll make it fit. And that looks pretty good right there. It's almost centered anyway. There we go. All right, so we are gonna leave it at engrave, do a power of 40 and a speed of 900 millimeters per second. And we'll leave it at 300 and frequency of 40. All right, that's it. So let's select it, process it, and see what we get. Well, that was super fast. Let's see how fast. 7 seconds. Okay, well here's what we got. It turned out really good too. So we're going to jump back into xTool Studio and save this as a custom material. I know some of you have seen that done and know how to do it, and that's fine. But unfortunately, everybody doesn't see every video. So if this is the only video that somebody runs across and they need to know how to do it, we're going to know how to do it. So let's jump in there and take care of it. So since we know these settings worked, we can save them as a custom material now. Just go over here next to user defined and click save settings. You can add your material right here and just call it whatever you like. And you can add a photo here if you like. You can add material characteristics if there's something, maybe it's wrapped in plastic you want to remove to protect the film, but whatever it is for that particular material. Down here you can add your settings, or you can just put something. You have to have something in there, so whatever you need to put in there, do that. Now if you look up here, you can see that our material has been saved, and if you click on that, it'll show you here, but all of your custom materials are in My Materials. So when you have it selected, you could go up here and just select it and then delete it down here at the bottom if you needed to. Or you can go over here to the right, edit, and you can make any adjustments you need to. Maybe you didn't take that photo to start with and you want to add it, so you can do that now. and then click submit. So that's it. It's good to, once you figure out settings, it's good to save them. And I know I used to write mine down, but who knows where that notebook is. So this is a good thing. Okay, folks, well, that's it. And I believe it's turned out pretty good. The material test is the key to getting the proper settings. Guessing's not a good thing. I've got burnt items all over the shop from my guesswork. And that's not good. You end up wasting material. You don't want to do that. So if you have questions, let me know. And if you're one of the folks that don't want to put a question down in the comments, you can send me an email. I get them all the time, and I'll do my best to get you an answer. So just check back often for new videos. You folks take care, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.